What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to Let's Metal. It's time for a Rock Metal Update! That's right, time for a rock and metal update. This one's going to be live albums and bootlegs. Mostly bootlegs, but a few live albums as well in here. I'm going to start off with a fairly new release from Aerosmith. And this is a bootleg. It's not an official release. Boston '73. This was a really famous recording from WBNC. I don't see it on here. WBCN? I don't know, something like that. But anyhow, it was a club show. Early origins of Aerosmith. First album was just out, and they were playing most of the songs from it. But then there was, of course, two songs that became really well known from this particular show because they ended up making it onto live bootleg, which was I Ain't Got You and Mother Popcorn. The thing about it is, this bootleg cut off Mother Popcorn. It has I Ain't Got You, and it just cuts. The thing is, those two songs are kind of blended together as a medley, and on here it's just kind of faded out to nothing, and it's kind of disappointing because I have a different version of that one. This is Paul's Mall '73 as well, and they've taken and split it too, but they've got Mother Popcorn on side A, and then I Ain't Got You on side B, which means there was room for there, and there was no reason for them to cut this off. I also love the genius in packaging on this, with the very recent photo of Steven Tyler on the front and the back. Saying it's the rockin' roots of Aerosmith, I guess you can get away with putting a newer photo on there because, you know, it is Aerosmith, and they're not saying it's a particular concert, but yeah, it is. It's all from the '73 show from WBCN or CBN or whatever it is. But still, very good sound quality. It was a radio broadcast, and it's a fantastic show. So it's Aerosmith. I collect just about anything from Aerosmith, so I snagged this, and it was not that expensive. It was well under 20 bucks. And I think back when this one came out, I got it for under 20 bucks too. I'm not sure how much you would find it for now, but if you want to get one of the two, I would suggest getting this one just because it has all the songs you want to hear. This next one is Motorhead, Bombers Over Europe, Special Tour Edition. This is not a tour edition. This is a bootleg. It's never sold by the band. It was never sold on tour. You know, it was never a promotional thing for Motorhead. This is just straight up bootleg. Cult Legend Records is what it's called. It's a 2-album set taken from the Bomber Tour in 1979. It captures the band at a pinnacle, really, just before Ace of Spades and the classic lineup. It's a great show from them. Sound quality is okay. It's not spectacular. The Aerosmith show, was a soundboard recording. I'm not sure what this was. It's a little more muffled. It's one of those recordings that you listen to and you have to let your ears adjust to it. So yeah, it's not something you're going to listen to over and over again. If you're a Motorhead fanatic like myself, you'll pick it up just because it's Motorhead. And it is a good listen once or twice. But yeah, it's one of those things that, unless you're a collector, it's probably not something you need in your collection because the sound quality is not great. But it is a nice package, like I said, with a gatefold. I'll grab it, pull that real quick. I can't remember. Might have even been colored vinyl. I don't remember. I didn't pay attention to that, honestly. I think it's maybe even clear vinyl. Yeah, so there's the center spread. And yeah, it is clear vinyl, I can tell you right now. It's like whatever that Coke bottle color is. It's cool. I'm very glad to have that. They were selling these for a while at Shadow Kingdom. I don't know if they're still available or not. It's one I've had for a while. I just haven't shown it in the video yet. I was waiting for the right video to show it at. Limited edition Red Bound, ACDC, Cleveland Rocks, Agora Ballroom, '77. Again, classic era from the band. Very good sound quality. Cool set list. They play, what do they got on here? Livewire, She's Got Balls, Problem Child, The Jack, High Voltage, Baby Please Don't Go, and The Rocker. So it's a great set list. And it's classic ACDC when they were in their prime, Bon Scott era, which is my favorite era of the band, and well worth picking up if you can find it. I think I got this one on Amazon. Amazon seems to be selling some of these bootlegs these days. I don't know what they're. I mean, they have barcodes, and it seems like they're almost like semi-official. This one is on Parachute Records, so This one is an official release. It came out, I think it's a record store day release, maybe. I can't remember now. But this is live from the AstroTurf, Alice Cooper. This is the original Alice Cooper group. A show that they did in a small place, small club. Live from the AstroTurf. Yeah, it's classic stuff. You know, it's got, of course, the remaining members of the Alice Cooper band. It's got Michael Bruce, Alice Cooper, Dennis Dunaway, Neil Smith. And then they've got Ryan Roxy and Chuck Dark filling in on guitar, and Chuck plays the harmonica on Schools Out. Yeah. In loving memory of Glenn Buxton, 1947 to 1997. Very nice set, very cool, great recording. Obviously, it's actually an official release. About a year or so ago, maybe more than that, they released a gatefold 7-inch of some of the songs on this, and finally released a full. I knew they were going to do that eventually. And it's printed on that, and it's going to get terrible glare. It's printed on that metallic paper, black ink, and it's got a white. It's not a foil stamp. It's just it is a stamp, but it's like a white. It's not foil. Foil's usually got it. This is foil. It's just a white stamp, and so it's slightly debossed. You got the center, and it's all, of course, classic tracks from that time period. Do you think they put the track listing on the cover anywhere? No, they did not. And it's not on the OB strip either. I've listened to this one several times already, but recorded October 6th at Good Records, Dallas, Texas. See if it there's a booklet in here, as I recall. Yeah, there's a really nice booklet in here, actually. Here's a booklet. I think it's about 24 pages. Lots of photos, liner notes. I love that kind of stuff. So nothing like. I'm not going to show you the whole booklet. I'll just kind of flip through it. But yeah, it's a really nice set. I don't know if it's still available or not. If it's just like a record store day thing. I'll show you one more spread here. And the record itself. It's kind of a pink and clear splatter or marbling. Actually identical to the Ultimatum into the Pit record. So here's the song listing. I hate when they don't put the song listing on the record itself. You can't read this when it's spinning. Can't read it here either. Caught in a Dream, Be My Lover, I'm 18, It's My Body, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Under My Wheels, School's Out, and Elected. So there you go. That's what's on this live record. Yeah, if you're a fan of Alice Cooper or the old 70s Alice Cooper band, definitely worth picking up. It sounds fantastic. It's a great set. The band sounds great. You know, I've always heard about them being so burnt out they can't play anymore, but it sounds like they're playing all right to me. So, next one's on the bootleg. This is, excuse me, my nose is itching. UFO Lights Out Chicago. I believe this is 1979, 1980. Recorded live at the International Amphitheater, Chicago, 1980. So, of course, this is post Michael Schenker. But frankly, I thought the late 70s and into the 80s UFO stuff was fantastic and just as good as the Schenker stuff. Yeah, I know that's blasphemy, but what can I say? I thought it was great. You know, No Place to Run's just a killer album. It's one of their best, in my opinion. So you're going to get songs off that album on here, including the song No Place to Run. So you got Letting Go, Young Blood, No Place to Run, Cherry, Only You Can Rock Me, Love to Love, Mystery Train, Too Hot to Handle, and Lights Out. Nice packaging. Proper photo of the band with the correct lineup. Not something you always see on bootlegs. This is actually on Cleopatra, Los Angeles, Santa Monica, California, and I'm pretty sure they're legit labels. So somehow this is some sort of semi-official thing. I mean, it's not official out of the band's catalog, but somehow they had to be able to license this. So anyhow, yellow with a little bit of black and white in the marbling. Again, great sound, great show. They were in their prime. Radio broadcast, so the sound is very good. Not overly squashed like sometimes radio broadcasts are. It sounds really good to me. It sounded great coming out of my speakers. And I got one more to show. What's playing in the background, which I'm sure you probably can barely hear, or you can only hear the vocals because they stand out a little bit in this recording, is the Heathen's Rage Nights at Switlick, which fits perfectly in this live album bootleg thing. This is not a bootleg, it's an official release, but it is basically a bootleg recording from 1985 of the band, and this is released on my own label. So I've been listening to this thing over and over and over again, was at this show, so it's just fantastic. A lot of cover songs, some originals, very cool stuff. Heathen's Rage, 1985, Sweet Lake Park, New Jersey. And finally, this is Trouble live in Los Angeles. Trouble live in Los Angeles. This was when the band introduced their new vocalist, Corey Clark. A little bit of a different style than the original vocalist, but it's still very good stuff. I really enjoyed this. I had this on CD, so I kind of knew what it was even when I got the vinyl, but I hadn't heard the CD in quite a while, so I put this on, half expecting to be like, it's still not the original vocalist. Still not, I kind of get that attitude sometimes about bands, but it's actually very good. It sounds great. You never miss their guitar tones. I mean, I'm trying to think of his name. Bruce Franklin's guitar tone. He's just got his own sound and tone. Can't miss it. And I love the skull, and I love what Eric Wagner's doing with the skull. But that guitar tone is not in the skull. It's different for the skull. Trouble still has the guitar tone, even though they don't have their charismatic vocalist anymore. This is just on black vinyl. Don't know if it was released on color vinyl or not. Intro, Rest in Peace, R.I.P. The Sleeper, Touch the Sky, Plastic Greenhead, The Eye, Simple Mind Condition, Mr. White, End Time, Troublemaker, End of My Days. So there you go. Little short live updates, live albums and bootlegs. Let me know what you think of those. If you guys ever hear of any cool bootlegs coming out that that you see on Amazon or whatnot, especially from the bands that I love, please let me know, because they're easy to miss. They just kind of fly by, and as soon as they come in, they're gone. So anyhow, appreciate you all watching. Always appreciate you commenting. God bless.